The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business. Right here in Central New York. The Local Show is locally produced by Zoe Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Right now, it's our pleasure to bring back on Dickens of a guy, Charles Dickens. He's the director of Dickens Christmas in Skaneateles. How are you there, Jim?
I'm very well. Thank you so much. And it's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you back.
Thank you.
So, people forget things because we're on an older radio station. People don't remember my name or Steve's past the segment. So people might not remember you from last year, but give people your background. How'd you get into this business?
Well, I've been performing pretty much all of my life. I began in elementary school.
Oh boy, we're going way back.
Nobody's interested in this. I've been doing this a long time.
It's only a 2-hour show.
Today I'm Charles Dickens. Yeah, but I've been very fortunate. I've had a great life, and I've done a lot of interesting things and met a lot of interesting people.
Were you ever in TV or film?
Yes, I've done both, and I've also done theme parks. I worked at Disney World for 15 years when I was younger, and then we moved up here. And I've done a couple of films and a couple of TV shows,
things
stuff
like that.
You wouldn't really see, but it's fun. It's good work,
you were also at the Renaissance Festival,
yes,
right?
That's my bread and butter. Other than Dickens, is I still do Renaissance fairs, and I have a comedy show there that I hit a little rat with a stick, and people laugh.
No, it's not. Charles Dickens isn't invited to the Renaissance Festival, so you're doing another role.
Yeah, that's true. I don't look anything like this.
Okay.
I've got green snot and dreads.
Yeah.
And
that's the way Steve looks normally.
Yeah. Those makeup artists can do a lot.
Mine's natural.
Yeah. But anyways, it's been great, and I'm fortunate in that now at my elderly age, I'm going to be 69 in the first part of December, and I don't have to work every single weekend of the year.
Nice.
And it's a really great place to be. My wife's retired now. We're going to do a little more traveling, and we're going to Scotland in May, and we're going to reap the rewards of some of this, work that I've been doing and she's been doing.
So what happens in Skaneateles? Because usually, I'm not going to say it's a quiet town. I played a wedding reception up there, DJ'd a wedding reception just a couple of weeks ago. Over at the Sherwood, and it always amazes me at how active the place is.
It's a healthy, vibrant town, and it's beautiful. I mean, it's,
How do you fit in? How do you dovetail with all the activity that's already there?
Well, I'll tell you what, during these next 4 weekends, we are the activity that's there.
Are you really?
And I laugh. I've done this. This would be probably my 25th year or something there, and for 4 weekends, or sometimes 5, depending on the calendar, I feel like the mayor, because I walk around Skaneateles and everybody, I'm recognizable. I have a big old beard and a top hat, and everybody's like, "Oh, Mr. Dickens."
It's Santa.
I know. I was thinking about how I should introduce myself and say, I'm not really Charles Dickens. I'm really Santa Claus. I'm just waiting for a season that's right for me.
So how many actors are part of that in the town on these? Is it just the weekends that they're there?
Yes. We open Bright Friday, this next Friday at noon, with the world's smallest Christmas parade. So you better be there right at noon, or you'll miss the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then we are there every weekend from noon to 4, and every day at 2:00 is the big gathering at the gazebo to sing.
Yeah. So Saturdays and Sundays.
Saturdays and Sundays each weekend, and we are there Christmas Eve, but only from noon to 2:30 till the end of the singing. And it's just more. Saying
who is we?
Well, there's over 50 of us. I think
50,
our last head count, we had 56, I believe, performers with us. And we went through a big slump, because of COVID, and we got down to only 30 people. Now, granted, we're out there filling the town, but it's much easier with 50 people than 30 people.
So how do you direct a show that is so organic? Like, you're not sitting from a director's chair saying, enter stage right. You're actually walking in and out of things. And
it is definitely
how does it look?
Experiential and improvisational in nature. We all just are out there being who we are.
Okay, so it's not it's I'll say random, but we want to have folks on this street and on Jordan Street and on the Genesee Street or whatever it is.
Right.
So you kind of put people in different pockets of town. Is that fair?
Well, yeah, and we wander around, but we also try to sing carols and do little things in front of our sponsor businesses who have actually sponsored the festival.
Do you want to name some of them and give them
the
some
Sherwood,
props?
you mentioned the Sherwood.
Yeah,
They're our presenting sponsor this year.
Great,
We're very grateful for
the whole
them.
Everhart family, right?
Yeah, I know.
Nice,
Bill,
very nice.
Yeah, we're old buddies.
Good.
And, so that works out. And then there's lots of sponsors.
Okay.
I don't know the number of them.
Yeah,
It's great. And we're my boss is the executive. Hillary Fenner is the executive director of the Chamber of Commerce, and she is just a crackerjack at this. And she also
Does she participate, or is she
only
is she one
as
of
the
actors?
person who writes my check?
Okay.
Yeah. And I think that's a pretty darn important job.
That's good.
We work real closely together. Unfortunately, we're friendly too.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
she's a great person, and we do. Here's my age. What were we saying? I love her.
Yes.
Well, we're talking
the
about
Chamber of Commerce
yeah.
is, and the Skinny Atlas Foundation is what I wanted to say, and they support.
Great.
So it is the money that they make. And it's not so much that they make a lot of money on this, but they make enough to produce the show.
Gotcha.
And,
Well, sure.
The way I do this, I mean, you keep calling me the director, and it's like, well, I'm I'm the producing director, but
Gotcha.
Maria DeMitchell is my artistic director, and a lot of the show is really her vision. We've worked together for years and years and years.
Gotcha.
And she's great at this job, and she also plays our Queen Victoria. So,
So do you guys talk about like what you're going to do, like what shtick you're going to do? If there's a certain amount of people in a certain area, maybe you break into song, or do you do lines, or are there pages, or what?
we do lines only on break.
That's a different show.
Yeah, right. That's my other club. Excuse me. No, it's improvisational, but we assign caroling in front of the upper sponsors' shops at least once a weekend or so, or whatever. They need some reward for.
Sure, that's nice.
And so you can hear music all day long, and then there are certain scheduled things. Like at 12:30, my good friend Washington Irving does a trunk show down by the gazebo of his. It's actually a Christmas story. Disney turned it into a Halloween story, but Sleepy Hollow, Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
I see.
So he does that, and he's wonderful. Patrick Glob, he's a wonderful friend of mine who's a great actor. And then at 3:00, I do a trunk show of Christmas Carol up in the library theater upstairs in the library, and there's a few scheduled things like
They
that.
had horses and stuff there. a few
Yeah,
years
we
ago.
still do. Yeah, we went a year without them, but this year the horses are back, and they'll be there opening Friday next week, and then
Excellent.
every Sunday only the horse-drawn carriages will be there. And there's shuttles for parking, and I mean they've worked out. It's a successful festival. A lot of people show up.
Well, a lot of fun going on in Skinny Atlas.
Yes, sir, Bob.
Starting not what do you call it? Not Black Friday. You call it
Bright Friday.
Bright
It's the
Friday?
beginning of the brightest season of the year.
So Saturdays and Sundays, go out
Correct.
to Skinny Atlas, enjoy the crowd, spend some money, and walk
Have
around
fun,
and enjoy it.
Yeah. And God bless us, everyone.
That's Jim Greene right there, Charles Dickens, and he'll be out in Skinny Atlas.